Genesis chapter 17. The covenant of circumcision. I'm circumcised, but that's just because I'm an American, and that's just like almost normal, I think, in American hospitals. I don't even know really. I don't. Do you have to ask for it, or please comment? I'd like to know more, honestly, even though it's a strange subject. Do you ask for circumcision, or do the hospitals just do it? If it's a Jewish hospital, I assume they just do it. But at a regular, like Presbyterian, I was born at a Presbyterian hospital. Would they have just done it automatically? Please comment. The covenant of circumcision, Genesis chapter 17. When Abram was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him and said, I am God Almighty. Walk before me and be blameless. I will confirm my covenant between me and you will greatly increase your numbers. Abram fell face down, and God said to him, As for me, this is my covenant with you. You will be the father of many nations. No longer will you be called Abram. Your name will be Abraham. For I have made you father of many nations. I will make you very fruitful. I will make nations for you, and kings will come from you. I will establish my covenant as an everlasting covenant between me and you and your descendants after you for the generations to come, to your God, and the God of your descendants after you. So there's lots of commas and periods in here, and I'm sorry for reading a little strange. The whole land of Canaan where you, and it's 7 a.m. The whole land of Canaan where you are now an alien, I will give you everlasting possession to. See, like, for some reason, why is God able to give him the land of Canaan, even though everybody in Canaan says, fuck that guy. God just says, nope, that's your land. You own it. It's similar to what's going on in Israel with the Palestinians right now. I'll get into that later. We're reading the Bible right now. We'll get into current history in some later videos. But you and your descendants after you, and I will be their God. Then God said to Abraham, As for you, you must keep my covenant, for you and your descendants after you, for the generations to come. This is my covenant with you and your descendants after you. The covenant you are to keep, every male among you shall be circumcised. You are to undergo circumcision, and it will be a sign of the covenant between me and you. For the generations to come, every male among you who is 8 days old must be circumcised, including those born in your household or brought with money from a foreigner. Those who are not your offspring, whether born in your household or bought with your money, they must be circumcised. My covenant in your why is God so obsessed with dicks? My covenant in your flesh is to be everlasting. Like, why can't we carve like a cross in our forehead or like get a tattoo? Why we gotta chop part of our penises for God? I mean, whatever. It's God. Yeah. I'm not necessarily like a devout Christian. I read the Bible. I read other books. I'm just asking questions while I read. Uh, my covenant in your flesh is to be everlasting covenant. The uncircumcised male who has not been circumcised in the flesh will be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. God also said to Abram, sorry, I burped. God has also said to Abram, As for Sarah, your wife, you are no longer to call her Sarah, or Sarai. Okay, it was Sarai before, and now it's Sarah. I've been calling her Sarah the whole time, but I guess it was Sarai, and now her name is Sarah. I will bless her and will surely give you a son by her. I will bless her so that she will be mother of nations. Kings of people will come from her. Abraham fell face down. He laughed and said to himself, Will a son be born a man 100 years old? Will Sarah bear a child at the age of 90? And Abraham said to God, If only Ishmael might live under your blessing. Then God said, Yes, but your wife Sarah will bear you a son, and you will call him Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him as an everlasting covenant for his descendants after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. I will surely bless him. I will make him fruitful, and will greatly increase his numbers. He will be the father of the 12 rulers, and I will make him into a great nation. But my covenant I will establish Isaac, whom Sarah will bear to you. By this time next year, when he had finished speaking with Abraham, God went up from him. On that day Abraham took his son Ishmael and all those born in his household or bought with his money, every male in his household, and circumcised them, as God had told them. That just creeps me out. Abraham was 99 years old when, like, can you imagine a man taking a bunch of children up on a hill and, like, chopping apart their penises? Like, me saying it sounds disgusting. Just imagine it really happening. It did. It's so gross. When he was circumcised and his son Ishmael was 13, Abraham and his son Ishmael were both circumcised on that same day, and every male in Abram's household, including those born in his household brought from a foreigner, was circumcised with him. I'm glad I'm through that. That was chapter 17 of Genesis.